A very pleasant good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the People's Forum of In the Streets with Big Stone. As the pandemic fatality rate reaches close to 1,000, and we still continue to battle the pandemic in Jamaica, people are finding it very hard to even bury their dead. This was the scene a day ago at the Meadowrest burial site, where workers were fed up because they are being paid low wages, and family members had to return to the funeral home with their dead. When will this cease the crisis on our people? Let's go to the Observer newspaper for the story. A strike over wages by gravediggers and other staff at Meadowrest Memorial Gardens in St. Catherine yesterday resulted in closure of the cemetery, leaving Jamaicans who had gone there to bury relatives angry and frustrated. Police worked overtime to maintain order outside the cemetery as mourners became rowdy, especially after learning that the Meadowrest workers were asking for an increase of a mere $500. At the end of the day, just over 5 bodies of the close to 20 that were scheduled to be buried got through the gates. The others had to return to funeral homes. One man lamented that it was uncertain when his friend, who had been shot dead by gunmen recently in Portmore, St. Catherine, would be laid to rest. We bring the general for bury, and them say we can't do that. We're there over an hour now. We can't get for going, and police are bully we. I call we all type of names too, he alleged. We can't bury the general because the police them say we cannot go up there because the man them strike. We're in the sun all long now, and the body can decay. The general a good youth, and we would have liked him to bury like right now. He was no wrongdoer, and we rate him. We call him Boogie Ras, and he's from Gregory Park, Christian Penn, said the man who gave his name only as Mr. Valentine. One woman told the Observer that she was very troubled by the situation, and she left the site. Me no understand it. You plan the day and pay your money and everything, and now this. I understand the funeral homes have nothing to do with it, but Meadowrest should put something in place because the people then pay them money to bury them family members. It is not just this morning alone. The people them tell them say them have a strike long time, and then wait until this morning now when the people them strike for a scamper. We not even know when again you can plan your family member burial. People have to go work and people coming in from far, she said. She said the person whose burial she was attending came from St. Elizabeth, and her elderly father had traveled from the parish for the burial. Another woman, Polly Ann Osborne, was angry that her cousin Patrick Marias would not be buried yesterday morning. However, in the evening, Osborne called the Observer to say that due to a special arrangement, Marias was among the very few laid to rest. We're feeling happy. It was basically the funeral home boss at Sunset Funeral Home who had a connection with Meadowrest, so they gave him the go-ahead to go and bury him. About 4 to 6 workers from Meadowrest helped us, she told the Observer. Before that arrangement, however, her aunt Jacqueline Richards, who is the dead man's mother, was not pleased. If I say anything, I'm going to be disrespectful because I don't have any nice words in my mouth. My son was killed by an unknown assailant, and I said, let me send him home early, and this is what I get, Richard said. Meanwhile, a representative of Mackenzie Funeral Home told the observer that he was given the nod to conduct a burial because the vault for the deceased in his care was already built, and the procedures needed very little help from Meadowrest staff. However, Peter Perry, the boss of Perry's funeral home, explained that he would not be charging the families for extra storage for bodies that had to be returned to his morgue. Me not charge him no extra storage and no extra transportation or nothing. It is not their fault, and it is not my fault, but I'm going to absorb the cost. We had funerals for about 5 people. We got through with some. Just 2 bodies never get to go down. It really is inconvenient for these bodies to be scheduled to be buried. That has to be cancelled. Today's pressure added to tomorrow's pressure is extra pressure, and that is basically it, he said. A worker at Meadowrest complained that they were due a salary increase over 2 years ago, and considering the health hazard of the job, they believe they're more than deserving, especially because what they're asking for is very small. The workers also said they were vexed that they were yet to receive the compensation promised by the government following the ban on funerals and burials in March. They said names had been taken, but there was no follow-through. Them said them want to give it $120 raise. And we have said give it $300 because at 3 years now, them not giving a raise. Enough work we do, for $2,500 a day. And the things fly past us a long time. Site man I get $3,000 a day, and we I get $2,500. We have to defend our home, because if we don't, we can't do nothing. Remember, say we have bills, we have National Housing Trust and NIS, and everything for pay. We have no money. If them figure with 300, them want to give it 200 and say we'll get the rest next year. The man them tell them say, them figure them 500 raise from $2,500 to $3,000 a day. Them I say them I have that. Them I say them have to give us some now and the balance later. The later would be the 1st of January 2022. Them can't pay we now. So how them are going to do that later? Can you imagine the high cost of a funeral and the labor who actually do the hard work in the hot boiling sun and face the hazard of disease or paid pittance? It is about time the government really step in and do something properly for the people who are front-line workers. To work in the sun is an extremely tedious job, and I personally am in sympathy with the gravediggers because I know they work extremely hard, and I know that these funeral homes cost a arm and a leg to take care of a loved one. So please, expeditiously pay the workers what they are due. Pay them a decent salary for the hard work that they do. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear from you in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you think these workers deserve more money, or they should just be comfortable with the little bit that they are given? Thank you very much for watching. Please like and share this video, and if you have not made your commitment to the channel, please subscribe to my channel now. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.